Hi everyone and welcome to Moonstone Makes. My name is Tommi. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as DynamiteTrujillo. Welcome to episode 120 of my podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I am in a different location, and that is because we have a guest on the podcast today, and I'm standing on a creaky spot. I did this last time too. Hold on, we're gonna move a little. Okay, that's better. So I am wearing my 8-week-old son, River, because this is how he naps much of the time. So he's here with us today, and because of that, I have to stand. So we are in my living room, and we are facing my big front windows so that everybody who walks by my house can see me talking to my camera. Hi. Anyway, I have everything behind me on my coffee table, so expect me to be doing this a whole lot. So my apologies for that up front. It has been a minute since you have joined me for a proper podcast episode. Thank you for your patience. It was about 8 weeks ago that I filmed my last proper podcast episode, and that was my last episode was the day that my water pretty much broke with him. And if you're interested in hearing about that, you can check out my birth story vlog that I will link to in case you want to hear about it. So yeah, it's been about 2 months since I've recorded an episode, and I haven't done a lot of knitting since then. Knitting has definitely taken a backseat to the chaos of life with a newborn and a toddler and everything. There's a giant elephant sitting right here in front of me, and it's distracting. That's life with a toddler. Hold on. This giant elephant is also joining us for the podcast today. So there's that. So yeah, knitting has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat. My time is completely chaotic and taken right now by other things. And when I do have like a teeny bit of time in the evenings, which isn't even guaranteed that I'm going to get, I tend not to knit right now because the one work in progress I have right now is lace. And so that's a little too much for the old noggin to handle right now. So I have been kind of browsing to see if I can find some other really easy, simple cast-ons that I can do in my haze. But anyway, we do have some admin. I also have Squirrel here. Hold on. Oh, hi, Squirrely. Squirrel, my ancient little beast, went missing. Sorry, why am I doing this? This is not turning into a vlog. I'm just like chit-chatting now. I'm gonna get to stuff, trust me. But you gotta be updated on the squirrel situation. She went missing after 4th of July, which has never happened before. She's never gone missing. And, you know, fireworks, as you might expect, totally freak her out. And she was super scared that night. And while we have a cat door that goes from the house to the garage and then from the garage to the backyard, because she's an indoor-outdoor cat, we lock her in every night. It's mostly not locking her in. Like, she's fine outside at night. But like raccoons and other cats will come inside if we leave the cat door open at night. So we always, every night, close it, and we lock her inside and lock all the other animals outside. And of course, on 4th of July, even though me and Colin said several times we can't forget to lock Squirrel inside tonight, I forgot to lock her inside. And I woke up the next morning, she was gone. It was horrible. There was lots of crying. I was pretty sure she was dead. She did not come back for 5 days. We walked around the neighborhood calling her name multiple times every single day. We put up lost cat signs. There's like a couple websites in our area for lost pets. We posted everywhere, and it was 5 days, and I was pretty positive she was dead. I was totally devastated. She's very old. She's like 17, and so I've already in my mind come to terms with the fact that she's not going to live forever, and I know that, and that's okay. And so it wasn't so much that she might be dead that was bothering me. This is so dark. But it was the fact that because I forgot to lock her in, because I didn't take care of her properly, she spent her last night like scared and alone and totally freaked out. I don't know, I'm going into so much detail. But one night, It was the first time I did this. I woke up at like 2 in the morning to feed him. And then once I put him back to bed, I went outside in my pajamas and my slippers and I walked up and down my street calling for her because I thought I hadn't done that in the middle of the night before. And Colin read on the internet somewhere that the middle of the night is a more likely time for your animal to respond to something like that. So I did that for about a half an hour. Up and down my street at 2 in the morning in my pajamas, calling Squirrel Cat and all of her nicknames. So, I came back in, I went to bed, and when I woke up again at 5:30 in the morning to feed him again, the thing that I kept fantasizing about happening, and it never happened, it finally happened. And I heard the cat door, and I heard her trademark whiny, screechy, high-pitched meow. And I couldn't believe it. I dropped River. It was 5:30. He was in the middle of eating. I took him off. I put him on the floor and I was like, oh my God, Squirrel's back. Anyway, so she's here now and I can't even believe it. It's a freaking miracle. I can't even believe that happened. She's never gone missing like that before. My little squirrely whirly. Okay, anyway. Let's get on to the knitting because I'm finally making a knitting video. So I have admin. The first thing is that this year in 2021, I have been running the Seasons Make Along, which is where you can make anything inspired by the season that you are in. And it was broken up into quarters. So we did a winter version and then the spring version ended at the end of June. It's now the end of July. And I have drawn a winner for that one now, so I will announce that soon. But I also need to let you know that I'm totally bailing on this make-along. I'm not going to finish it. I don't know what I was thinking starting a year-long make-along with this little muncher on the way because I have not kept up on it. And I am been a bad make-along host, and so I'm just dropping it. I'm going to embrace my badness in this area and just not do it anymore. So I'm sorry. You are totally welcome to continue making along with the spirit of the thing, and there is still a Ravelry thread that you can totally chat in the FO section because the FO section is for like everything. And also on Instagram, there's a hashtag that I have forgotten, but I will put it on the screen. But please feel free to continue making along with the spirit of the make along. I just gotta bail. Sorry, I gotta bounce on this one because I'm just not good at it right now. So there's that. Wanted to let you know. So I am gonna go grab my show notes so that I can tell you who the winner is of the last winner of the make along. And this winner will be getting these beautiful stitch markers from Time Weaver. And they're jade and quartz stitch markers. They're gorgeous. So the winner of these is Crochet RN15 on Ravelry, who is Melanie. Thank you so much for participating, Melanie. Congratulations, you won a beautiful set of stitch markers. So contact me via email or Ravelry or Instagram, and most of which are linked below. And I will mail these to you. She knit a really beautiful spring shawl. So thank you so much to everybody who participated in this Seasons Make Along. In the Seasons Make Along, I appreciate your participation so much. And okay, I had something in my eye. I had to go get it out. This is a mess. But thank you so much to everybody who has participated in the make along. It was really great and I love you for it. So I will see you in the next make along, whenever that is. Probably not anytime soon. Okay. Is that it for admin? That's it for, oh well, let's talk about one more thing. I have been posting some videos on my channel that are not knitting related recently. They're kind of more like home life, vlog stuff, which is not new to my channel. I do a lot of vlogs and I usually a lot of times do like Vlogmas and Vlogtober, and so you've seen a lot of like my household vlogging kind of things. But there's just been, ever since I had him, I've put out like maybe 5 or 6 videos of that style in between my last knitting video and this one. So I apologize if that's not your jam, and I totally get it if it's not, but that's what, there's going to be stuff like that here from now on, a little bit here and there, not like completely, but you know, I like doing vlogs, and I also am really into the whole, this sounds so lame, I'm into the whole like mommy lifestyle kind of thing right now, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But, you know, it's not like the whole thing. And I tried to make a separate channel for it so that I wouldn't bombard my knitting channel, but I couldn't keep up. I couldn't do it because it's just, I'm just not all the way there yet. So we're doing that stuff here along with the knitting content, and I hope you're down with that. And like I said, if you're not, I'm sorry, but that's okay. That's okay if you're not. Anyway, okay, let's get on to my knitting, because I do have some knitting. I have a couple of FOs, and I'm going to grab the first one now, because it's way down there. And I have to like do this whole thing to get it. Okay, so my first finished object is the Spiral Blanket of Awesome. This is a baby blanket. The Spiral Blanket of Awesome is a knitting pattern by Sharon McMahon, and I knit this using Malabrigo Rios in the Aguas colorway. I used 3 skeins, 3 complete skeins, and when I ran out on the border, I used this brown yarn, which is pretty much the same exact yarn. It's Dream in Color Smushy in the Chocolate Night colorway. And they're both worsted weight yarns, 100% superwash merino, a really nice tight bouncy ply. They seem like the same exact base. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they're the same exact base. And I love it. This yarn, the Malabrigo Rios, is just so beautiful. I love this like teal tonal, and it's perfect for river. I did not plan that, but it's a perfect color for river. Anyway, I love this pattern. It's a free pattern. Available on the internet somewhere. I will link it below, and it's just an awesome, super fun, super easy baby blanket pattern. It's my favorite baby blanket pattern. I've made it so many times, and it's super simple. You start in the middle and you work around and around and around and around, doing increases every other round by doing these eyelets in intervals, and you just go until you feel like you're done, and then you do this border. And it's like a ruffle border. This is a bad location for showing knitwear, I'm realizing, because like, look at that. But it's a ruffle border, and it's made by just knitting and purling as you go. And there is some stuff on it. I've been using this as like a car seat blanket. Lucy has one too. What? There's a sticker on it. What does the sticker say? Oh, cool. It's my I got vaccinated sticker, which is really funny because I got the sticker when I got vaccinated when I was pregnant with River, and Lucy stole it because she was with me, and of course if I have a sticker she's going to take it, and I never saw it again until right now. I have no idea why it's, I've been using this blanket like almost every day. I have no idea how it ended up on it right now. That's what my life is like right now. Anyway, so, and what the heck, you guys? This is so ghetto. God, look at that. This is the little car seat shoulder strap for his car seat. So not only is it a handy, warm baby blanket, it is also like a vacuum cleaner, and it picks up all the random stuff in your house. Okay, can I do this? Should I keep going? I'm gonna keep going. So I love it. It's really beautiful. I highly recommend this pattern. It's been working out really great. It's a really great size for his car seat stuff. And once he starts using the stroller too, it'll become a stroller blanket. As I was saying there's one that I made for Lucy too. So she has one that's like purple and orange and stuff. It's made out of Miss Babs yarn. And she still uses it in the stroller as a stroller blanket. So that is my first finished object. I was very happy to have this completed by the time River was born. So it's the blanket that I took with me to the birth center to have him, and it's the blanket that he rode home in, like it covered him in his car seat, because we went home at like 10 or 11 at night. So it was the first blanket he used. And he has other blankets too. He has a couple of quilts and a couple of like, what's that fabric? It's like felt fabric or something? I don't know. It's like that plaid shirt material. I don't know what I'm talking about. Forget it. He's got some other blankets that he uses, but this one's been really great and I love it. And I will continue to make that pattern for friends who have babies till the end of time. My next FO is a pair of socks. This takes forever. Okay, so my next FO is something that you never even saw as a whip because I cast it on the day that I had him. So I'm sorry, I go off on so many tangents. This is like not, whatever. So the day I had him, I kind of knew I was going to have him that day because my water had broken like a couple days prior and my midwives were like, okay, you need to have this baby today. Like however we make you have him, you're going to have him. So I went to my birth center in the morning with the intention of just being there and waiting until I went into labor. And so I knew I was going to be waiting all day for something to happen. So, and I didn't have any like good stockinette projects that I could bring with me. So I went to my garage the morning before going to the birth center and frantically picked some yarn to cast on a pair of socks. And I picked my skein of Mondim. This is what I have left over. And it is the color 203. There's the tag with its adorable logo. So this is probably maybe 10 or 15 grams left over. It's Retrosaria's Mondim yarn, and I cast it on that morning, and I worked on it a little bit that day, but not a whole lot. And then since then, I just like, this is kind of all I worked on whenever I did have time to knit. And I finished them, so let's see. What am I doing here? Let's do this. Let's do this. Can I hang this on you? I'm hanging one on you. So here's the finished sock. It's really beautiful and I love it. Mondim is a fingering weight, non-superwash, 100% like Portuguese wool yarn. And I don't have a problem using yarn without nylon and also non-superwash yarn for socks. Yeah, they might not hold up forever, but I haven't had too much of an issue with that, and I don't care. If I like develop holes or something in my socks, I will knit more. But I really like the yarn. I have one more pair of socks in the same yarn in a different colorway that I really like, and they're pretty long socks. So I cast on 72 stitches, I think. I'm totally making this up. I don't remember. I'm going to count. Let me count. Hold on, let me count. 2, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4. 34 times 2 is 68 plus 2. I cast on 70 stitches on a US 1 needle, and then I decreased down a little bit until I got to 64 stitches. Somewhere in here, my decreases. And I did it magic loop on my my Chiagu mini twist interchangeables. And what I did is I just split my yarn, you know, half and half for magic loop, and then on the back stitches, 1 stitch in from each end of the needle. That's where I decreased, 1 on each side, and with like maybe a ½ inch or like 3/4 of an inch between my decreases. And I just noted where I did my decreases on the first sock and replicated it on the second sock so that my decreases are kind of in that sort of area and they're on the back of my sock towards the outside of my calves. And then I did a heel flap and gusset and a really standard regular wedge toe. And like I said, I made them nice and long, so they come up probably about halfway up my calf. And I really like it. This is really growing to become my favorite sock formula. It's kind of the socks that I've done like this that are pretty tall, that have more stitches at the top than like the rest of the foot. They're just my favorite. They go on easy because the cast on is bigger, so it goes over my heel a little easier, and it goes up really high, so it sits nicely on my calf, and I just love them. So this is the second one. This was the first sock that I knit, and this is the second sock that I knit, and you might be able to tell that there is a huge difference from here to here. That was all in the same ball of yarn. So there were a couple of knots in this skein, and that was fine. There was one in this sock, and then this knot obviously went to a different dye lot. So that was kind of a bummer. I'd work them top down, so this yarn at the top matches the first sock, then the bottom is a lot more saturated. I don't care that much. I feel like it's a little teeny bit lame, but this is really not the sort of thing that's going to bother me or like make me not wear them or anything like that. I think in principle it's a little bit of a bummer, but in reality, practically, I don't care that much. But so this is the second one, and yeah, I really like them. The whole vanilla sock thing really did get me through the first couple weeks with this guy. It was really nice having something to knit on that was so autopilot for me. So I really want to cast on something else like this. I kind of don't want another pair of socks right now. Like, I would love to knit another pair of socks because they fit that bill for me. But I have like a whole bin of socks that I'm like not wearing right now because it's summer probably. So I kind of want to make another pair, but I'll talk later about what I'm interested in casting on. Okay, that's my second FO. Let me grab for you my whip. Okay, so in my Fat Squirrel project bag, I have my work in progress. And this is a project that I've been working on since before I had River. I've been working on it for a little while. Speaking of the devil, there he goes. It is my Bojagi Shawl. Hi, I'm back. The mailman just came with a package for me, actually with a package for Lucy, and he walks right in front of me, so I went out to greet him so that he didn't think I'm like, anyway. He's going backpacking with his son next week, so that's cool. Anyway, I have the best mailman ever. Okay, so what am I doing here? This is the Bojagi Shawl. I am still working on it. I have been working on it for quite a little while, and it is the second quarter prize for my Patreon and Ko-Fi contributors, which means it's late. Sorry. So I haven't drawn a winner yet, but I will be drawing a winner as soon as it is done. And like I said, I've been a little stalled on it because I'm in the lace section, which is just really hard right now, but I've been getting back into it. It's really a simple lace pattern, like a super duper simple lace pattern, but you know. So stay tuned because I will be drawing a winner for this shawl. Everybody who contributes to the podcast via my Patreon or Ko-Fi gets entered into a quarterly drawing, and the second quarter of 2021, this shawl is the prize. So let me show you. The yarn I'm using is this one, which is Dream in Color. Oops, I think I said this is Dream in Color Smushy with Cashmere. And just so you know, my Spiral Blanket of Awesome, that brown yarn was Dream in Color Classy. I'm pretty sure I called it Smushy. It's Classy, not Smushy. This is Smushy. So this is the Deep Regret colorway. So it's merino and cashmere. There might be nylon in it. I can't remember. This is Copper Corgi in the Ochigi Sport base in the Blushing colorway. So I'm using these two yarns. Let's finally show you the shawl somehow. How am I going to do this? Okay, I got it. Oh, good, I'm in the middle of a row. I was knitting on this morning when River woke up from a nap that he didn't actually take. So, I'm just going to finish this row. Pardon me. Let's see, where am I? Can I remember? I remember what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what is it? Like a pearl, pearl, purple pearl, knit, knit, purple pearl. 2. Nope, that's not right. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm not going to do that. Forget it. I'm just going to move all my stitches on to the other needle so that I can show you. I'm pretty smart. Okay, done. So this is my shawl so far. This is your shawl so far. Your shawl so far. She sells seashells. She sells seashells. So here it is. Oh goodness. I am knitting this currently on a high sharp US 5. The rest of the shawl outside of the lace section is knit on a US 6, which I'm using my Signature Needle Arts needles for, the green ones, which is also, that needle set is also going to be included in the giveaway with this shawl. So just the size 6 and 2 cables that go with it. But anyway, right now it's on a 5, and here it is. So this is a pattern by Knit Boop Designs. Sorry, I'm all over the place. And you start off, it's a triangular shawl, like a asymmetrical triangular shawl. You start out with some garter, and I started out with my blushing colorway. And then you do this slip stitch section, which I really, really enjoy. I'm showing you the back. There it is. That looks better. So I really like this slip stitch section. It's really fun to knit. And now I'm doing the lace section, which is such a cool lace pattern. So it's got these like X's and they're cables. And it's 3 repeats of a single chart for the lace. And I'm halfway through the second repeat. So I'm getting there. The cables are only on 2 rows for each repeat, and they're very simple cables, like super easy to do. And I'm getting through it. It's just slow going. The yarn is beautiful. I think it's looking really good as far as the color combination goes. And I'm really excited to get to the next slip stitch section, which I think is next after the lace section, because I really like knitting the slip stitch section. Oh my goodness. So that's it. That's the Bojagi Shawl. It's a really, really beautiful pattern. I believe it's a free pattern. There is an option though to pay her if you want to. She gives you like a way to pay her, but there is a free option as well. So that is it. Squirrel. Shush. So that is it for the Bojagi Shawl. It's coming along. It's just a little slow going, but I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy working on it, and I can't wait to get it done to send it to whoever wins it. So that is everything I've been working on. It is not much, but it is slowly getting me through. And I said I was interested in casting on something else that's a little more mindless for me to work on. And I think I found it. I found a pattern that I really, really like. It's completely out of my comfort zone. And to be honest, I might never wear it, but I really want to make it. It's a pattern called Another Crosstop by Christelle Lou. It is a really beautiful top that is like, it's a tank top, and it pretty much only has a front panel, and the back panel has a cross has straps that cross in the back and tie at the bottom or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but it's something like that. And it's really cool. I really like it. And I think I would probably try and wear something under it, like just like a regular tank top or even like a t-shirt or something, so that it's a little more like kind of apron-y almost. But I really like it. It's a DK weight pattern, and I have been thinking about what yarn I want to use for it. I've looked through my stash and I haven't quite found anything that I'm in love with for it. For my size, I think I would need either 1 skein of DK weight or maybe just a little more than a skein of DK weight. So I'm not sure if I really have what I need. And of course I want to dye something for it in my own yarn, which is Moonstone Dyeworks. but I'm not dyeing right now. I do have a small stash of Moonstone Dyeworks yarn for my Patreon people, but I don't want to dip into that. There are some DK skeins in there, but I don't want to dip into it because I'm taking time off right now. So I don't know if I'll be able to dye. I won't be able to dye anything. I know I can't right now. But I'll keep looking through my stash because I could consider doing 2 fingering weight yarns held together for a marled one. I think that would be really neat too. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm really in love with that pattern right now, though. I discovered it yesterday or the day before, and I just keep thinking about it. There's also another top pattern, another tank that I'm kind of into right now. This morning I was watching the, hi River. This morning I was watching the Cozy Cardigans podcast with Mel, and she was wearing a knitted tank top with stripes on it that I kind of fell in love with. I can't remember the name, but it'll be on the screen. And I'm thinking about that one too. I think that would be really cool. I think that's a fingering weight one, so that would be really nice for a summery thing. So yeah, and if you haven't checked out the Cozy Cardigans podcast, you probably should. It's really, really good, and I really, really like it. She doesn't publish that often, but when she does, I always jump right on it because I love her podcast. So I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's everything. That's everything. You got some make-along news, some squirrel news, some knitting stuff. So, yeah, I am gonna hope that my knitting mojo comes back with a strong force because I want to start knitting again like I used to. But it's, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to get back on that shawl because I really want to get that done for whoever wins it because I feel really bad that I haven't sent it to the winner yet or haven't chosen a winner yet. But, it's going to happen. It's happening. It's happening soon. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to win that shawl, and it's going to be good. And the needles. Okay, I'm going to leave you there because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So, I hope you're having a really great day. Have you been losing your knitting mojo? Is it not just me? Because I hear it's super hot everywhere. It's not very hot here, but it is summertime, so I hear it's super hot in a lot of places. Is it winter where you are though? So is your knitting mojo like really up there? Tell me about it. I would love to hear. Comment below. Squirrel's back. Okay. Have a really great day. If you liked the video, please do feel free to like and subscribe. That would be absolutely wonderful. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I love engaging in conversation with you all. And since I've been doing other kinds of content too, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. Anything, knitting related or not. I'm down for all types of different videos. I've been having a lot of fun recording different types of things. Okay. Have fun and stay awesome.